Gango, how's everybody doing, man? Welcome back to Man Blue FC. My name is Nande and we're back with another reaction video. This time to That's Football with Mark Goldbridge, and it seems like Mark has a few choice words for Thomas Tuchel and his national team. From what I understand, England played Andorra last night and they won that match 2-0. So says the statistics. I didn't watch the match, but Mark Goldbridge is displeased, judging from his video title. And I don't know why, you know what I mean? I know the last time England played Andorra, I'm not sure about these facts exactly, but I think England may have lost that match. If I'm wrong, you guys are just going to correct me in the comment section. Otherwise, you guys, I don't have any much else to say besides that. I guess let's just jump right into the reaction.
Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge. Can England win the World Cup or is it already over? Looking at the reaction from last night and this morning, you would say it's time to sack the manager. I think that's a little bit harsh, but I didn't watch England against Andorra last night because I found a random field with a load of
Alright, so Mark didn't watch the match either.
That up, and it would be far more enjoyable than watching England play Andorra, and I stand by that decision. But in reality, I wasn't surprised by the fallout from it, from watching the highlights of it. It was poor. And I think that there is a real identity problem with England national team at the moment. It's a wash with fantastic players, but for some reason, we've gone from Southgate, who was an appalling England manager, as proven by the fact that he can't get a job, to Tuchel, which is even worse. Now, I like Tuchel. I was a big fan of him getting the job.
Do any of you British viewers agree with Mark's statements that Tuchel is doing a worse job at managing England than Southgate did?
The preparation is not good.
Surely that can't be the case. I mean, we all know the pedigree that Tuchel is.
There are,
Champions League winner and all that.
And I'm not here to say we should have stayed with Southgate, because with Southgate, let's not do this. Man United fans do this. Oh, we should have stayed with Ollie. Like, it was bad with Ollie. It was bad with Ten Hag. But the reality is, Southgate blew an opportunity to win a major trophy. He wasted a golden generation, if you like. I look at Tuchel and I don't even think it's a golden generation.
I think that's a bit harsh if you ask me. You know what I mean? I think the England squad in the Euros,
get rid of the manager, this team could,
you know what I mean, did the best they could with what they had. They managed to make it to a final, and it's just a shame that they were playing a Spanish team with Nico Williams, who seemed to be white hot at the time. Yamal at his, you know what I mean, ascendancy, and obviously like a Ballon d'Or winning Rodri in the midfield. Like, you couldn't really ask more from England.
But there are obsessions in that
other than what they did.
They might work, but they seem a little bit strange. Like, let me just go through some of the Tuchel obsessions. Dan Burn is a Newcastle legend. Is he an England centre-back? I mean, Harry Maguire has done it for years. They're literally around the same age. Why would you not do that? You've also got people like Tomori, who never gets a chance out of AC Milan. I just think if we're going to play a back four, then you need two centre-backs with genuine pace. If you're going to play a three, then you need to play Harry Maguire. So I don't understand his obsession there. You move into the attack, and there are a few, he's obsessed with Reece James as well. Reece James is a good player, but he's obsessed with getting Reece James in his team somewhere, whether it be left back or right back. And I'm a big fan of Reece James, but any Chelsea fan would say international football, consistency, reliability, probably not words you would use with Reece James. Obviously, he's got no interest in Trent. He's dropped him again, which I find fascinating, because although obviously Trent burnt his bridges at Anfield, I still think he's a fantastic player that should be in an England team. It just baffles me that you can't find a place for him. I think Conor Gallagher should be in the midfield. I know we've got injuries at the moment, and I think he is a very, very useful player. He's out of the team, so he can play Jordan Henderson, yet another obsession. Ooh, he's doing well at, I don't even know where he is. Is he Burnley, Brentford? He's doing that well. I don't even know which club he's at. And he's past it. Jordan Henderson in 2018 was just about palatable. Jordan Henderson in 2025, ridiculous obsession again. And then obviously you've got Rashford on the left, who, look, as a United fan, I want him to do well. It's a World Cup.
For all the scouting that Tuchel did in England, you watch the Premier League, you kind of see him in the stands during
I've seen
like
him for the last
let's
2
say
years.
Chelsea
At no
matches or
point have I thought he
whoever,
should be anywhere
you know
near
what I
an
mean,
England team, and he needs
is
to focus on
eligible
his
for the national
own
team.
thing.
How
And
come
look,
he's
I'm not
like
going to say anything
starting
more about
people like
Rashford because on his day
Tomori?
he can be really
You
devastating.
know, unless I'm
But
mistaken, unless he's
these
been
are
watching
obsessions
Tomori
that
as
Tuchel
well.
have got, and I
I'm pretty
find them
sure he's
strange.
taken a few
Not
trips
because
to
I've got a
Madrid to
problem
go
with Jordan
see
Henderson
to
or
scout
Dan
Trent.
Burn or Reece
I
James
might be wrong on that,
or Marcus Rashford or any other obsession that you can throw at me that's a bit strange.
Oh,
that
Barcelona
Tuchel has.
apparently, seeing
But
as
because it's
Rashford
World
is
Cup
starting.
year, and I don't see a system, I don't see a cohesion, I don't see a fluidity. We don't look like a team, and that's why we're struggling. And it baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. Maybe Tuchel's the guy, maybe he's not the guy. Maybe it's all going to come together for next June, which is all that matters. But we just don't look very good. We don't look like a team. There are very big similarities between England and Manchester United in the sense that there are a lot of good players there, and there's probably a good coach there, but there's no cohesion there. And I know it's hard in international football, but
If Mark
I'm
didn't
struggling
watch
with
this
it at the
match,
moment,
then
and I
what's
think a
he's
lot of
like?
people are
What's he
struggling.
complaining
Maybe
about
it's a
so hard?
hangover from
Because
Southgate, we're just
like,
down
what did
in
he
England,
read
but
or what did he see in
there's
the
so many good
highlights to make him
players there.
suggest or to suggest that
there are so many good players. Obviously, we're never going to have them all together. We're always going to pick up
Tuchel
injuries,
isn't
but
managing that squad correctly?
I don't know. Look, Harry Kane.
Aside from the
world-class.
lineup, which is
If
obviously
you're going to play
unpleased
Harry
with.
Kane, I think you've got to have wingers who are bombing behind him, like Spurs did, like Bayern do. You know, look at how they do it with Diaz, Elise. Look at how they did it with Son. Like, you've got to have those wide players that are forwards that can score goals, and maybe that's what he's looking at with people like Rashford and Madueke. But I don't know whether Madueke is a goal scorer. Marcus Rashford
Madueke
certainly
made
is.
the squad. That's crazy.
I don't know whether I just don't at this moment in time. I just do not know if he's got enough time to do something with this England team other than take it into a World Cup and grind our way through, which is what we've seen under Southgate. I think,
Bro, the World Cup is
it's
going to be
massively
such an
disappointing that
interesting
we
time for
can't put
England,
together a team. Because that
considering
team gets on really
the
well, and it's
instability
full of-
that
I mean, I was looking at the bench. You got people like
they're going through
Livramento,
right now.
Gibbs White.
You know, if you ask an
Rodgers.
England
There's
fan,
so
but
many good players around England, but I think what the problem we've got is there's so many good.
and aside
players,
from that, you know, guys,
there's not a good
the
team. And you have to
competition
build a
in
team. Like, some
international football
sides
is
only have
so
13,
rigid.
14
You know
good
what I mean?
players,
Spain
and they'll
being
make a team
Spain,
out
you know,
of
we
it.
still have
United
Germany,
have
Brazil,
England
and all
have
these other
bigger.
clubs,
England
all
have
these
probably
other
got
national teams.
30 really good players, but we can't build an 11 out of it. Look, you can't do what Southgate did. Oh, Harry Kane just has to play, but I'm not going to utilise a system that gets the best out of him. Or, Foden's got to play, but I'm not going to play him where he needs to play. You've got to build a team. The teams win the tournament. And England, to me, just look bereft of ideas at times. The players apparently love turning up for England. Imagine how much more they'd love it if they turned up and played good football. It's 2025. PSG won the bloody Champions League with a new brand of football. We've had Pep ball. There's good brands of football. Look at Liverpool. There are
Pep
good
ball,
brands
come
of
on,
football
bro.
out
Like
there,
that might
and
be
England fail all the
an
time on this.
outdated
Again,
reference
it's been going on for years and years
if we're talking
and
about
years.
good brands of football.
I just think some of his
And trust me,
obsessions are weird.
I'm the first person
As
to
I
say
said,
that
I
I
don't
hope Pep
understand the
will
Jordan Henderson
gets
one.
us through the
I
line
never think he was
this
that important
time
for
around,
England.
but
I
it's
personally
looking
don't
more
think
and more
that
unlikely.
good. If you want experience, you've got Harry Kane. If you want experience, bring back Harry Maguire. Jordan Henderson, I just think it's a waste of time. An absolute waste of time. And we'll probably see him playing bloody games in the World Cup. So look, maybe Tuchel's not the answer. I want him to be the answer. But if he fails in the World Cup, he's gone. There will be no extension of his contract. And the way he's heading at the moment, he's going to fail in that World Cup. It's a short-term goal, mate. Why are you harking back to obsessions that, do something? Terry Venables got the job ahead of the 96 Euros and did something new with new players and a new way of playing. And it was exciting. And they should have kept him. But he did something in a short period of time that was very exciting. Tuchel has a very short period of time. And he seems to be very I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, this bloody Andorra. I think we've scored 4 goals against Andorra in 180 minutes. So we have these.
Oh, so they won
the
that previous match I was
amazing
talking
talents.
about.
And
The match I was referring to, or the match I was thinking about, was the one against Senegal, I
It's
guess.
a harder game. I think you learn more in those games, but in the easier games like that, you should be pinging the ball around quickly. You should be creating chances, and it's slow and it's turgid. It's not good enough, and it needs to be called out. Do I think England can win the World Cup? Absolutely not. They can win the World Cup. Greece won the Euros in '04. You know, you can win the World Cup by being, a well-organised, boring team. But, I mean, it would be a shock. It would be a major shock. Get your comments in below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll speak to you on the next one.
All right, people, that was Mark Goldbridge giving us his staunch views following that match against Andorra. I don't know. I haven't had any interest in watching any international matches. I just couldn't get, away from them because you go out on a date and then you see the match against with Egypt playing somebody on the television screen, so you kind of see it vicariously through just being around TV screens at a sports bar. But aside from that, I have no interest in watching it, man. I'm just ready to get back into the Premier League. And we have Manchester United, who just got rid of Andre Onana, or he's in the process of getting rid of Andre Onana. He's on the move to Trabzonspor. You guys should expect a video from me concerning that very soon. But yeah, in terms of the England match, there's a lot of concerns. I'm not English and I don't have any, stakes in this at all. But if you kind of are empathetic and you put yourself in the shoes of a British person, you kind of see where the concern is coming from in terms of this team doesn't look exciting, or they don't even look promising, especially considering the teams that they're about to face: the Netherlands, Germany, Spain, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's a rocky road for England, man. I don't know if Thomas Tuchel is equipped, but you know what I mean? I definitely know that England have a squad talented enough to go far or even go get over the line. So it's just a matter of organization, I guess. But anyway, that was Mark Goldbridge, you know what I mean? The Oracle, you know what I mean? Giving us his takes as he does. And you know what I mean? You guys seem to enjoy him. So I'm trying to make sure that I, get that to you, as much as possible. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to you guys as always. Leave a comment on the video, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to check you out on the next one, man. Peace out.